Hey, this is Darren from Property Prosperity. I'm just out here at a client's property at number 24 Green Street, Brompton. They purchased the property off the plan, and so a lot of people might not know what off the plan means. So I think I talked in a previous episode about buying a house and land package. So a house and land package means you're buying two contracts, one contract to buy the land and another contract to build the house. And so essentially the house hasn't been built yet, and so you're buying the land off the owner of the land and you're signing up with the builder to build the house. So off the plan still means you're buying a house that hasn't been built yet, but you're actually buying it as a completed product. So you're buying it, essentially you're doing the same thing. You're buying a block of land and building a house, but you're paying for it at the end once it's finished. Whereas with a house and land package, you're actually paying for it, the land first, and then you're paying for the house as it's being built. So it's slightly different in the way you have to think about the property, in the fact that you don't have as much control over the process and the fact that you're buying an end product. The good thing about that is if you're not happy with the end product, then you can come in and say, hey, well, I'm not willing to pay for the finished off house until it's to the standard that I'm expecting it to be. And whereas the bad thing about it is obviously you're signing up and committing it to building with a particular builder that you may have no control over the whole process, I suppose. So, hey, thanks for the like, appreciate that. If you've got something, if you've experienced buying off the plan, then feel free to put a comment in. I'm happy to chat to you along the way. So, thought I'd just give you a quick look, and you can have a look at the project itself, and then I can secondly maybe talk to you some about some of the issues that they're having with the property. So, have a quick look here. You can sort of see. So this is in Brompton, which is a fairly new it's an older area that's being redeveloped at the moment. So you can sort of see you can see right there's an older house next door, but then down the street there you can see all the newer houses all just being built. So it's under quite a lot of redevelopment at the moment. This would have been an older house that was sitting on the block here. It would have had, or maybe two houses on there. So there's two street frontages. So what they've done there is they've knocked the houses down, they've subdivided, and they've put two houses facing one street frontage and then two houses facing the other street frontage. So my client's buying one of the houses on one of the street frontage. You can see here they've just laid the slab down, and so it's actually one slab for both houses. So these blocks are Torrens title blocks, so that means that they have their own separate title. But in a sense, they're sort of going to be joined because they've got one slab, they're going to have one roof line, it's essentially going to be one house with a one wall and separate kitchen, separate bathrooms, all that sort of stuff. So it's sort of two houses, but it's built as if it's one house essentially. So the issues that my clients have come up with is the fact that they're in the situation now they're deciding whether they want to go ahead with the purchase. And the problem you might get with that option is if we want to sell it part way through, it's quite difficult to sell a property that's been half built. So essentially you can really only sell it when it's a finished off product. And in this instance, it's going to be one contract anyway, so it's the contract for the finished off product, the land and the house. So the issue we're going to find then is the person that's going to be buying off them, they're going to have to try and work out whether they have the confidence in the process of the house being built and the quality of the builder when they haven't necessarily seen the finished off product yet. So it makes it a little bit harder from my perspective as a real estate agent try and sell something that's partially built. From my perspective, I'd rather sell a finished off house because you're more likely to fall in love with it and pay market price. Whereas a not finished off house, there's still the degree of risk involved when buying a not finished off house, and so they might want a discount on what it might otherwise be worth. So probably my advice to my clients is probably, if we can, try and get the finished off house first and be able to settle it as a finished off house, but that'll mean them having to settle on the property. Also, one of the things to think about with a sorry, I almost got run over, with a off the plan, it means you'll be paying stamp duty on the price of the land plus the house, whereas if we were buying a house and land package, you'd only be paying stamp duty on the land portion of it because the build portion of it doesn't essentially exist. So it will cost, more money as far as stamp duty and stuff goes for that situation for off the plan purchase. So that means that when I'm selling it off to somebody else, they'll have to consider all those sort of things as well. So that's where we're at the moment. I just thought I'd come out and check out where things were going. So the slab's only gone down last week, so probably over the next 3 to 6 months the houses will all get finished off, and so that's the point we're going to be looking at, whether we try and sell it now as a half built house, or whether we try and wait until it's all finished off, or whether we try and do a compromise, try and get it almost finished off so it looks pretty, and then try and sell it off as quick as we can. At some point in time my clients will have to settle on the property, and then they have to pay stamp duty, and then they'll have agents fees to sell it and all that sort of stuff. So we'll have to get a bit of a strategy and a bit of a plan on the best way to go ahead about it. And so yeah, I'll keep you posted and let you know how things go. And yeah, if you've got something you'd like to talk about, you've bought something off the plan before, or you've had an experience with that before, then yeah, feel free to put a comment in the comment box. And if you've liked what I had to say, then click on the like button. If you haven't liked it, still click on the like button anyway. I'd really appreciate it. And yeah, if you've got something you'd like me to talk about or a bit of an issue, then feel free to put a comment in there, and happy to answer any questions you may have in the future. Okay guys, thanks for now, and we'll talk again next time. Bye.